Hi everyone, Andrea Owen here of Your Kick-Ass Life. And if you're not sure, I am a life coach and I help high-achieving women who struggle with things like perfectionism and negative self-talk. I help them get to a place of courage and self-confidence. So you also may not know that I have a podcast that we have weekly episodes. And when I say we, that's because about every other week I interview someone, a very special expert guest on various topics, all pertaining around personal development. And this week, we are talking to the lovely Rachael Maddox. And this topic is all about trauma and trauma resolution. Because if you're like most people, you get to a certain age and you don't come out unscathed. Most of us have some kind of trauma to a varying degree in our lives, and that's what we're talking about on this show. So more specifically, what we're discussing are kind of the obvious, like what is trauma? And then I also ask her what are some less obvious examples of it, because sometimes we have these definitions of what trauma is, and it might not be what you think it is. We also talk about how to break the trauma spell, as she calls it. What are some of the ways that that actually can happen to get out of that? We also talk about how is trauma holding you back, because it is actually more common than you think. Rachael also tells us 3 ways in which trauma can be resolved, as well as I ask the big question of how are trauma and shame related. I also answer some questions from you guys that you asked me on Instagram a couple of weeks ago. So Rachael answers those if you were one of the people that asked a specific question about trauma resolution. And so it's really easy to listen to the episode. You can either click the link here that you see or head on over to yourkickasslife.com/130 to listen to that episode and get any links. There was a lot of resources that we talk about in that episode, and those are all over on the show notes, yourkickasslife.com/130. So I will see you there. Bye-bye.